Good afternoon, everyone. I've given my fair share of speeches over the years from this podium. None has been more meaningful and more difficult than this. I'm here to present you all with our 2018 OSPA Early Career Award winner. This award recognizes a school psychology scholar and practitioner who wasted no time in making her mark on our profession. This year we are pleased to recognize Dr. Anna Quinn Denzer-Emerson with our Early Career Award. Quinn graduated from the school psychology program at Kent State University and completed her school psychology internship with us in the Akron Public Schools. It was my great honor to have been one of her primary supervisors during that Akron internship. From the beginning, Quinn made it clear to the staff in Akron that she would not be pursuing full-time employment in or around the Akron area. Instead, she wanted to learn all that she could in what she called the big city, and then take her knowledge and experience to a school district much closer to her hometown of Mount Vernon. As she neared the conclusion of her internship, she began looking for school psychologist positions in that area, and she soon landed an interview in the Cardington-Lincoln schools in neighboring Morrow County. Within minutes of Quinn leaving her interview, her prospective supervisor called my cell phone, overwhelmed to have a chance to add a candidate to his staff with such outstanding qualifications, skills, and demeanor. This fellow asked me, please tell me, is she for real? When I asked him, how long did you interview her for? He told me about 45 minutes, and I told him that I regret to inform you that you've only scratched the surface of how wonderful this person is. Quinn got that job and served with distinction in Cardington, but home continued to beckon for her. She would return to Knox County and then serve as a school psychologist for the Fredericton local schools. Still, from the outset of her professional career, Quinn had consistently identified working as a school psychologist in her Knox County hometown of Mount Vernon as her dream job. So it was with great pride that just earlier this year, Quinn announced to family, friends, and colleagues that she had been hired as the school psychologist for Mount Vernon City Schools for the 2018-19 school year. Quinn was a regular attendee here at OSPA conferences. She was also a regular attendee and presenter at the annual conference and convention of the National Association of School Psychologists. Quinn was a prolific researcher with a wide variety of work that supported research to practice initiatives in multiple contexts. She served as a graduate research assistant for the Research Center for Educational Technology at Kent State University. She also served as co-editor, reviewer, and manager of the Research Center for Educational Technology Journal. One of her studies, titled Utility of a Self-Monitoring Technique in Reducing Off-Task Behavior, was featured in the Ohio School Psychologist. In addition, she co-authored a peer-reviewed study for the journal Advances in Mental Health Promotion. Quinn's doctoral dissertation, titled A Modified Psychoeducationally Based Teacher Training Program to Address Bullying Among Students with Disabilities, was successfully defended earlier this year, with her graduation and degree conferral occurring shortly afterward. In this study, Quinn offered her readers the following timeless advice, and here I quote her: "As educators, we must strive to meet the needs for all students, particularly those for whom we know are at greater risk for negative trajectories. We can no longer ignore the inconvenient truth that those who may be perceived as different are those who remain in need of our rigorous and unrelenting support." Aside from her professional life, Quinn was also highly involved in her local community. Just one example is that she had recently been appointed to the board of New Directions, a local agency in Mount Vernon with a stated mission of providing resources for the safety, healing, and freedom of individuals who have experienced domestic violence or sexual assault, and offering preventative education to create an informed and supportive community. Quinn was a take-charge individual. She preferred to run her life rather than allowing her life to run her. From a young age, it was clear to those who knew her best that she preferred to live life in the driver's seat. Balanced with her outsized leadership capacity, Quinn was unfailingly kind, thoughtful, generous, and supportive to innumerable professional colleagues, community partners, neighbors, friends, and family. It's not unusual for special leaders to shine and to cast a glow about them. It is rare, though, for those leaders to tirelessly devote themselves to finding ways to help others to shine too. It is rarest of all for that leadership quality to emanate from someone at the outset of her professional career. In a remarkably short time, Quinn established a reputation for being a highly skilled practitioner, a prolific researcher, a champion for the students she served, a trusted advisor, colleague, and dear friend to so many of us. A rising star. A rising star taken from all of us way too soon. Quinn suffered a brain aneurysm and passed away on July 18th of this year, leaving her family, our profession, and our world with a tremendous void. Quinn and her husband Drew were expecting their first child, a baby girl, Blair Abigail Emerson, who passed away with Quinn at their family home in Gambier. I respectfully ask that you join me now in a moment of silence and reflection for our colleague and friend, Quinn. Thank you. We have with us today some very special guests. Quinn's husband, Drew Emerson, Quinn's parents, John and Deborah Denzer, and Quinn's sister, Caroline Denzer. To each of you, I say that we are profoundly grateful and honored to have you here with us today to participate in recognizing Quinn. Thank you for sharing Quinn with us for these past many years. We are also pleased to welcome two of Quinn's professors from Kent State University, Dr. Richard Cowan, her dissertation director, and Dr. Carla Anhalt, a member of her dissertation committee. Also with us are Dr. Brad Falkenberg, Mrs. Nicole Wurzberger, who were her two primary supervisors over the course of her time in Akron. Also here is John Biltz, the coordinator of our entire Department of School Psychologists. Thank you all for your many efforts in supporting her training and her early career. Like countless others, several of us traveled to Mount Vernon this past summer on a picture-perfect night to gather and to celebrate the life of our departed colleague and friend. Quinn's loved ones shared several heartfelt memories and glowing tributes about her. Among these was a remembrance offered by her father, John. He noted that he and Quinn shared a love for Tom Petty music, and he recalled the day when he traveled up from Mount Vernon to Kent to take Quinn to a Tom Petty concert. As it turned out, the concert had to be canceled, but John told us the two of them made the very best of the situation. They got some food, poured some drinks, and stayed up half the night listening to Tom Petty music. Song after song, they talked into the wee hours and simply enjoyed each other's company. A vivid and beautiful recollection, John shared it with us in a way that brought each of us there, seeing it in our mind's eye and enjoying that moment in time with them. Quinn's passing is an incalculable loss for Ohio school psychology, the educational community in Mount Vernon and Knox County, and for countless present and future Ohio school children. Her singular contributions to our shared profession were lasting and deep, but sadly, they had only just begun. Our solace is found in the fact that her contributions continue to bloom in her absence, most notably in her research on enhancing bullying prevention and intervention programs through comprehensive teacher training. Plans are being made to share that research with our entire membership. For today, I will close with some words offered to us by a fellow who is no school psychologist, but like Quinn, found his own solace in encouraging others as they were learning to fly and running down their dreams. That man, of course, was Tom Petty. And just like Quinn, he never backed down. Among the lyrics in his extensive catalog, Mr. Petty offered the following: "You and I will meet again when we're least expecting it. Somewhere in some far-off place, I will recognize your face. I won't say goodbye, my friend, for you and I will meet again. It is with all of this in mind that the Executive Board of the Ohio School Psychologists Association is very proud to posthumously recognize Dr. Anna Quinn Denzer-Emerson with the OSPA Early Career Award. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Very well said, very accurate, and we appreciate it. On behalf of Quinn and her family, I'd like to thank Dr. Cowan, Dr. Kubik, Dr. Falkenberg, Dr. Anhalt, Mr. John Biltz, and Ms. Wurzberger, as well as the Ohio School Psychologists Association. In addition, I would also like to thank her peers, colleagues, and Quinn's friends for this award. Like Dr. Kubik touched on, Quinn loved her work. Like all of you, she cared deeply. Like each of you, Quinn wanted the best for students. Through her academic career, internships, and research opportunities, Quinn had a remarkable foundation of mentors. These educators and mentors each had an impact on her dissertation, research, and her career. Quinn's dissertation was a very personal and focused training that Quinn was very proud of. She was hopeful that her training module would help students, educators, and especially students with disabilities. It is also my hope that her work and research to help students may be instituted in schools. Students were Quinn's first priority. Quinn's students were very important, and she worked hard for each. My wife, your daughter, your sister, your student, your colleague, your peer, your friend. Here are several words to describe Quinn that all of us can relate to. Quinn was empathetic, caring, driven, focused, loving, selfless, dedicated, intelligent, humble, and forgiving. Quinn was a leader who led from the front. Her accomplishments of the past 31 years are many. I believe I could speak for a very long time. However, I will tout those she communicated to me that she was most proud. She completed her doctorate degree. She married the man of her dreams. She was going to make an impact at her new place of employment. She was elected to be on the board of directors for New Directions, as Dr. Kubik mentioned. She kept her promise to her mom, dad, and herself in achieving her PhD. And she was proud that she was going to be a mother. I close with Quinn would be proud to receive this award. She would be especially proud to receive it from OSPA an organization she valued and respected. Again, thank you for having our family, and it is with great honor that we accept this award for Quinn. Thank you and God bless.